going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Thank you guys all so much for tuning back into the channel. It really means a lot to me. And let's jump right into another recap here. So, for this Monday, as you guys can see, we had a nice and tricky little day for the NASDAQ. The majority of the day started from right around here, obviously at 6:30 in the morning, and the majority of the day on was pretty choppy, right? As you guys can tell, there was a lot of fake outs today. There was a lot of times the NASDAQ looked like it was going to be headed in one direction. Like, let's say for SQs here, right? It started falling, sold off below the middle VWAP, pushed up, but got rejected off this EMA line and kept falling, right? It made lower lows and lower highs, but ultimately ended up having these kind of fake outs here, right? These big candles that led it to want to push up and push down. And if you guys notice today, when I mean it's choppy, is what I mean by that really is that there's a lot of candles that will make you think something is going to head one way. Like, let's say you were in TQs and you start adding to it because it breaks above here, only for it to eventually start selling off, right? Multiple times TQs looked like it wanted to break this SMA line but couldn't and started to fall and get rejected. So maybe that would have been making someone that was in TQs think that it was going to start getting rejected now. They might cut shares or take a loss or something like that. And in reality, it would actually end up going their way, right? It would actually just have these fake outs. Also for TQs, making you think it might start, breaking out and going, ultimately starts falling again. And right around these areas, just a lot of red and green candles, right? A lot of different fake outs. And to summarize my biggest mistake today in one word is definitely over trading. If you guys saw on the thumbnail today, I was down right around $75, down 44 on TQs and 31 on SQs. And if you guys noticed my filled orders, 153 orders, definitely over traded today. Took a lot more trades than I usually take, and a lot of them were red. I found myself getting in multiple trades kind of back to back. Looking back on it, probably all based off of emotion, but I didn't want to be wrong, right? Let's say right around here, I started to get into a TQ's play as it's breaking middle VWAP. I would send a TQ's play only for it to actually start getting rejected, right? I would sell out for a loss, and then it would want to start going again. I would buy back in, and it would break above the EMA only for it to just sell off again, right? Lots of changes in directions. They can be hard to make a profit when you're getting caught in all these fake outs, right? You never know where it's going to be the bottom truly or the top. And that is what happened to me. I definitely kept taking trade after trade and only buying in with a quarter each time. It kept adding up the losses, and next thing I knew, I was down, $20, then 40, then 60. It just kept coming somewhat quick, and that's an easy way your losses can spiral out of control. Make sure to not be so impulsive, and if you find yourself taking 2 to 3 red trades back to back, maybe just cool off and, take a little breather before you start wanting to just send trades again. But today, our account, we were able to, me and my brother, we were able to grow our account over $100 still because of our day trades, because of our swing trades, sorry. Very blessed for that because the market has pulled on a lot, but I was red today on the thumbnail because we do focus on day trading, and that is where I went wrong. And a little side note, me and my brother did load up on a little more Amazon today too. That did start going our way because, as you guys know, the market has been tanking recently, and I just want to just show you guys kind of why me and my brother decided to buy some shares. And the reason for that is, let's say Amazon just as an example, right? You guys know we bought in a lot of different stocks right now, but Amazon as an example, look at how cheap the stocks have been because the Nasdaq has been dying recently, right? The Nasdaq has been on a huge bearish run recently, the past few months, and all of these high price, these basically these big tech stocks, right, that were very high price. Look at how much of a discount they're at right now. This is Amazon on the 180 day. In the past half a year, right? It's almost at lows. Even looking at it on the year, 3 year, Amazon is definitely at a lower point than it is a higher point, and that's something me and my brother saw, right? We see potential in plays like this, and that's why we decided to load up on it. We obviously aren't loading up heavy at all. We only bought in with a fraction of what we plan to be in with, but just wanted to let you guys know in case you were curious about swing trading or what we plan on them. There are a lot of stocks that have been selling off recently. Snapchat is one of them, and me and my brother missed out. We wanted to buy some on Friday, but we ultimately didn't end up doing that, and today it rallied almost 10%, right? Let me show you Snapchat on the bigger time frames, right? Isn't it ridiculous? It's trading at around just over $10 it crossed, right? It was trading in the $8 leading into today. And right, $10, $8 doesn't really matter. Look at the highs it was at trading, over $40. You know, there's so much potential you can have if you're really patient and play your cards right to make such a big return. You know, well over 100% from new lows to highs, right? And yeah, I just want to keep you guys aware that if you are going to invest, obviously the market is still downtrending like it has been a lot. So make sure if you're going to do it, probably won't be the best idea to go all in. But like I just showed you guys, definitely a lot of things are looking to be at a better deal territory, and me and my brother are aware of that. And we just want to buy when everyone else is selling, kind of, and not do it so recklessly, right? We want to buy in and have some type of risk management, as you all should. And yeah, so just getting back to the NASDAQ, that was for the swing trades today. Just a lot of fake outs, right? What could I have done differently today is when I noticed myself getting in multiple red trades and not finding clear direction on the day, I should have just looked to call it. You know, days like today are not worth it to just keep trying to take trade after trade and force things, right? When the direction isn't the clearest. So why would you be so heavy, right? It only makes sense to the days where you find it's not so clear like today, maybe don't trade as much those days. Be aware of that the direction isn't clear, and you can always come back tomorrow, Wednesday, come back a day where the direction will likely be a lot clearer than this. And that's when you should definitely be looking to put the pedal to the metal, right? And just maybe trading with a larger dollar size. But when you find the conditions aren't the smoothest at all, then it makes no sense at all to be heavily invested and just keep trying to force trades, right? Like I kind of was doing today. I did end up calling it down 75. Could have been a lot worse, but definitely could have been better, and I need to be aware of that. The analogy I'm thinking, just kind of talking about this now, is let's say you were driving and like today was a rainy day. Today could be looked at as a rainy day in the market too. If you're driving and the road conditions aren't the smoothest, right? If it's really wet and slippery, why it doesn't make sense that you would be, let's say, driving really fast anywhere or anything like that, right? You wouldn't be putting a lot of speed into the car, just like you wouldn't be putting a lot of money into the market when it's constantly losing you money, right? It only makes sense, let's say, if you want to use a lot of speed to do it with a car in the best conditions, right? When it's not raining, when the roads aren't wet, right? Same thing can go with looking at the market. When the market conditions are a lot clear, when there's not all this chop or hesitancy to kind of find its true direction, then those are definitely good days that you want to take advantage of, not kind of sloppy days like this. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Thank you guys all so much for tuning back in. Definitely excited to bounce back the rest of the week and look forward to just seeing how my swing trades go and all that good stuff. And there is a CPI data report this week as well. I'll make sure to cover. So tune on back in if you want to kind of see how it goes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys all the rest of the week. Take care.